Welcome to our new video. Today, we're taking you on a journey around St Ives, Cornwall, one of the UK's most picturesque seaside towns. Famous for its golden beaches, stunning views, and artistic heritage, St Ives is a place that captures hearts and inspires visitors from all over the world. Let's explore together. Our adventure begins at the Malakoff, one of the best viewpoints in St Ives. From here, you get a sweeping panorama of the harbour, the beaches, and the sparkling turquoise waters of St Ives Bay. It's the perfect introduction to this charming town, and it shows you why so many artists and photographers fall in love with the light and scenery here. Just below the Malakoff lies Porthminster Beach, a golden sweep of sand with calm, sheltered waters. Families love it here for swimming, paddling, and relaxing on the shore, while the beach cafe serves fresh local seafood with views across the bay. Backed by gardens and overlooked by the scenic railway line, it has a tropical charm that makes arriving in St Ives unforgettable. On clear days, you can even spot Godrevy Lighthouse in the distance, the very one that inspired Virginia Woolf's To the Lighthouse. Tucked away near the harbour is Barmaloo's Beach, a small, hidden gem often missed by tourists. It appears only at low tide, revealing a sheltered sandy cove and rock pools full of sea life. This quiet beach is especially popular with dog walkers and locals who want to escape the crowds. The town centre of St Ives is a maze of narrow cobbled streets, whitewashed cottages, and hidden courtyards that feel like they've hardly changed in centuries. As you wander, you'll find small galleries, independent shops, and cafes tucked into every corner, each one with its own charm. Fore Street is the main shopping lane, always lively with people browsing for Cornish crafts, jewellery, or a traditional pasty to take down to the harbour. The town's artistic spirit is everywhere, from little studios showcasing local painters and potters, to the larger galleries connected with the Tate and the Barbara Hepworth Museum. St Ives Harbour is the beating heart of the town, a place where history, community, and natural beauty come together. For centuries, it has been the centre of fishing life, with pilchard boats once filling the waters and fish sellers lining the quayside. Today, while the fishing fleet is much smaller, the harbour still carries that same sense of tradition. You'll often see small boats bobbing in the tide and fishermen bringing in their catch. The harbour itself is shaped by two piers, Smeaton's Pier, built in the 18th century, and the shorter West Pier. At low tide, wide stretches of golden sand open up, connecting the harbour beach with the surrounding ones, while at high tide the water laps right up to the edge of the town, giving the place a postcard-perfect look. The sea here is calm compared to the wilder Atlantic-facing beaches, making it popular with families and perfect for paddling. Around the quayside, there's always something to enjoy. Cafes, galleries, restaurants, and shops line the harbourfront, many with views across the water. On a summer's day, you'll find people sitting on the stone harbour walls with fish and chips or Cornish pasties, watching the boats go by, often joined by hungry seagulls waiting for scraps. The atmosphere changes with the light and tide. In the morning, the harbour is peaceful and still, a quiet place to watch the sunrise. By afternoon, it's bustling with visitors and locals, while evenings bring spectacular golden hour views, with the setting sun reflecting across the water and the lights of the town beginning to glow. For visitors, St Ives Harbour isn't just a place to pass through, it's somewhere to linger, take photos, soak in the views, and feel the rhythm of this Cornish town. It tells the story of St Ives' past and present, from hard-working fishing port to one of Cornwall's most loved seaside destinations. From here, we climb up to the island, a grassy headland that offers some of the most breathtaking views in St Ives. At the very top stands St Nicholas Chapel, a small whitewashed building that has watched over sailors for centuries. The chapel is dedicated to St Nicholas, the patron saint of seafarers, and it served as a spiritual beacon for generations of fishermen setting out into sometimes dangerous waters. Although modest in size, it carries huge symbolic importance for the town, a reminder of St Ives' long connection with the sea. Standing beside the chapel, you can feel the history around you. Imagine the fishermen and their families who once climbed this hill to pray for safe voyages, or the coast guards who kept watch from here, scanning the horizon for ships in trouble. Even today, the sense of protection and watchfulness lingers. The island itself is not truly an island, but a rocky peninsula connected to the mainland. Surrounded by the ocean on three sides, it feels like a natural lookout point. On one side, you see the golden sands of Porthmeor Beach with surfers riding the waves. On another, the sheltered waters of Porthgwydden Beach sparkle in the sun. Looking back inland, the whole town of St Ives spreads out before you, its jumble of cottages, narrow lanes, and the bustling harbour. It's also a fantastic place for wildlife lovers. Seabirds wheel above the cliffs, and in the summer months you might even spot seals or dolphins playing in the waters below. At sunset, the light over the Atlantic creates a magical glow, turning the sky shades of orange, pink, and purple. For many visitors, this spot is the highlight of their trip. The combination of history, scenery, and peaceful atmosphere makes it one of the most unforgettable places in St Ives. St Ives has long been a home for creativity. In the 20th century, artists from all over Britain came here to capture the unique light and scenery. Today, you can explore this heritage at the Barbara Hepworth Museum and Sculpture Garden, where her incredible artworks are still displayed in her old home and studio. The Leach pottery, founded in 1920, remains one of the most important potteries in the world. And of course, the Tate St Ives continues to celebrate modern and contemporary art with international exhibitions. Looking west, we arrive at Porthmeor Beach, the largest beach in St Ives and a favourite with surfers. The waves here attract beginners and professionals alike, while those on the sand enjoy watching the surf schools in action. Just behind the beach is the Tate St Ives, linking the natural beauty of the coast with the town's world-famous art scene. St Ives is more than just beaches and art, it's a town with a rich history. Once a busy fishing port, the community relied on pilchard fishing and boat building for centuries. As the fishing industry declined, tourism grew, and St Ives became known as one of Cornwall's most loved holiday destinations. Today, its cobbled streets, independent shops, and welcoming cafes make it the perfect place to wander and discover something new at every turn. And that brings us to the end of our tour of St Ives. From golden beaches and historic chapels to world-class art and unforgettable views, this seaside town truly has something for everyone. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more adventures. We'll see you in our next journey.